Hello and welcome to the video version of my journal. I'm Stephanie Rivers. Ex-NFL standout Plaxico Burress spent almost 20 months behind bars for carrying a concealed handgun without a permit. It was his first criminal offense. He accidentally shot himself and nobody else was hurt. Still, he was sentenced to 2 years in prison and served all but 3 months of his sentence before being released less than 2 weeks ago. Ex-San Francisco Bay Area transit officer Yohannes Massaro was convicted of fatally shooting Oscar Grant in his back as he lay face down and unarmed on a train platform. There were dozens of witnesses and a video at the scene. Last summer, Massaro was sentenced to 2 years for manslaughter in the case. Yes, an on-duty law enforcement officer got only 2 years for taking the life of a defenseless man. Now that 2-year sentence has been reduced to 11 months. Massaro is expected to be set free within days. It's bad enough that this transit officer was sentenced to only 2 years for taking another human life, but his early release is a slap in the face of justice and to the Grant family. Burress didn't kill anybody, yet he got 2 years in prison. Massaro killed somebody, yet he got 2 years in prison. And he's not even going to have to do all of his time. Why would one man who broke the law but didn't kill anybody have to serve all of his 2-year sentence, while another man who killed somebody have to serve less than half of his 2-year sentence? I couldn't help but think about Oscar Grant last week as I read about another police shooting of an unarmed man. This time it happened in Miami on Memorial Day. CNN said police surrounded the man's car on a busy street and opened fire on him, killing him as he sat inside the vehicle. Just like in the Oscar Grant killing, there were plenty of witnesses. At least one witness to the Miami shooting recorded the firing squad in action with his cell phone. And when police saw him recording it, they tried to destroy the video and they tried to destroy his phone by stomping on it. Do you want to guess what else that shooting and Oscar Grant shooting have in common? You can go to CNN and take a look at the video for yourself. There are plenty of news stories about unarmed black men getting wounded or even killed by police. Has there ever been a time where an unarmed white man, or any white person for that matter, has been wounded or killed by police? Why do some law enforcement officers show reckless disregard when it comes to men of color? If they're not accidentally or intentionally trying to kill us, they're trying to lock us up and throw away the key. Until last month, anyone who was convicted of possession of crack cocaine the size of 5 sugar packs would have been sentenced to a mandatory 5 years in federal prison, but someone convicted of possessing powder cocaine of the same amount might never see the inside of a jail cell. Why the difference? Well, apparently white people prefer the powder version, while people of color prefer to use the rock version. President Barack Obama recently signed the Fair Sentencing Act to address this inequality. And guess who opposed it? The Fraternal Order of Police. That's who. Why would law enforcement not want fair sentencing for the same crime? I believe that criminals should be punished for their crimes, and I know that every injustice is not a racial thing, but once all reasonable doubt has been exhausted and there is no other legitimate explanation for the systematic destruction of one segment of the population, all that's left to do, like my grandmother used to say, is tell the truth and shame the devil. To find out more about the things that I care about, go to the written version of my journal. It's at eurweb.com. Thanks and have a super day.